Friends, welcome back to new session. In the previous session, we have discussed about HCF and LCM through prime factorization as well as HCF through Euclid division algorithm. Applications on Euclid division lemma also. So in this class, we are going to discuss about irrational numbers, revisiting irrational numbers. Let P be a prime number if P divides A square, then P divides A, where A is a positive integer. So once again I will repeat the statement. Let P be a prime number if P divides A square, then P divides A. This is a fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Fundamental theorem of arithmetic. If you are dividing square of any integer with a prime number, if the remainder is 0, means it exactly divides, then it also divides that particular positive integer also. Based on fundamental theorem of arithmetic, we are going to prove root 2 as an irrational. This is also a theorem proving the root 2 is an irrational number. So first of all, when you are going to prove root 2 as an irrational, we are taking it in reverse contradiction. We are taking a different assumption. So let us assume that root 2 is a rational number. That is, what is a rational number definition generally? Rational number is in a form of P by Q, where P and Q are integers as well as P and Q are co-primes. What is by co-prime? Which does not have a common factor. Now let us assume that root 2 is a rational number. That is, then root 2 equal to P by Q, where P and Q are co-primes and Q is not equal to 0. So squaring on both sides will get 2 equal to P square by Q square. When you cross multiply the both LHS and RHS, 2 is nothing but 2 by 1. So Q square equal to or 2Q square equal to P square you will get, or finally you can write as Q square equal to P square by 2. That is 2 divides P square, then 2 divides P. Now according to the fundamental theorem or the theorem of arithmetic, what you have read here, let P be a prime number. If P divides A square, then P divides A. Now yes, P is a prime number. Here P is 2. Down. Don't go numerator P. Here which we are dividing 2 is a prime number. You are dividing a square of a positive integers. Yes or no? Then if T divides P square, then 2 also divides P. So we can write P as a factor of 2. So let me put P equal to 2R in equation 1. Because 2 divides P, then P is a product of 2. So we can write P as a 2R. So when you substitute P as 2R, you will get Q square equal to 2R whole square by 2. Finally, you can write Q square equal to 4R square by 2. If you simplify, you will get Q square equal to 2R square. Send it to the LHS side, you will get Q square by 2 equal to R square. That is, 2 divides Q square, then 2 divides Q. Therefore, P and Q have at least 2 as a common factor. But according to our assumption, root is a rational number. P and Q are co-primes. Yes or no? But co-primes means it does not have a common factor other than 1. But here in this proof, we got 2 as a common factor. This contradicts the fact that P and Q have no common factors. So our assumption is wrong. Understood now? We assumed as root 2 as rational number, but we are getting contradiction. Different sentence for according to assumption and according to the proof. According to assumption, P and Q are co-primes, but according to the proof, we got P and Q are having a common factor of 2. This contradicts because we have taken wrong assumption. So hence the root 2 is irrational number. Now similarly, if you are going to prove that 3 plus 5 root 2 is an irrational number, already we know that root 2 is an irrational as it is a theorem. So we assume here also we take a wrong assumption. 3 plus 5 root 2 is a rational number. Inverse assumption. That is 3 plus 5 root 2 equal to p by q, where p and q are co-primes and q is not equal to 0. Then you will get a root 2 as, after simplifying, you will get p minus 3q by 5q. So since p and q are integers, then p minus 3q by 5q will be an integer. But root 2 is irrational. According to the theorem, root 2 is irrational. So irrational number will be never be equal to a rational number. Understood now? Root 2 is not equal to p minus 3q by 5q in any case. But this contradicts the fact that 3 plus 5 root is rational is wrong. Hence 3 plus 5 root is an irrational number. Similarly, you can practice with this. Already root 2 we did, root 3, root 5, root 7, 3 plus root 2, 2 by root 7, so many things. Now root 3 simply what we did in root 2, wherever 2 you can keep 3 and wherever is 4 you can keep as 9. Remaining everything will be same. For 5 also. In place of 2 you can keep 5, in place of 4 you can keep 25. For 7 also, in place of 2 you can keep 7, in place of 4 you can keep 49. Remaining everything will be same. And all these you can do it. One more I have taken sum of two sets. 2 plus root 3, whether it is show that it is irrational. Here we are taking, assuming as a rational number. So root 2 plus root 3 will be equal to p by q, where p and q are co-primes. Now we are going to square on both sides. We get, after simplifying, we get 2 into root 6 equal to p square by q square minus 5. Or last, root 6 equal to p square minus 5q square by 2q square after simplifying. Since p and q are integers, then p square minus 5q square by 2q square is a rational number. But root 6 is irrational, so it is not possible rational is equals to irrational at any case. So therefore root 6 is not equal to p square minus 5q square by 2q square. But this contradicts the fact that root 2 plus root 3 is rational is wrong. Hence root 2 plus root 3 is an irrational. So if it is given under root of prime number, how to do? And if it is given a plus root b format or root a plus b format, how we did in the second procedure, you can see here. You can see here a plus root b format, if anything is there, sum of rational and irrational, how to do. And if both sum of both irrational numbers, there is a different methods to solve.